Hey, welcome to Stuck in Beta. I am Greg. And who do we have over here?
Just one Josh this week.
Just one Josh. Hey, we actually have another Josh. Now, should we call him and see what's up?
Let's give it a try.
Let's try it here.
So he's on location.
On location.
On assignment.
I heard he's been drinking, so let's see.
This is either going to be really smooth or really rough.
I may have to turn this down.
What's your prediction? Smooth or rough?
I think it'll be rough. Hey, Josh.
Hey.
Are you with us?
Yeah.
Hey.
You're
yeah,
on
Are you here?
You're on the podcast right now.
Which podcast is this?
This is you're on so many, right?
Yeah, right. I mean, I get paid to do this crap.
Well, we already did the theme song and all that, so we're in the middle
good.
of this.
I missed that. Thanks.
Yeah, well, I figured you wouldn't be able to hear it anyway.
There.
So, do we have your attention?
Yeah, you have my attention.
Do we have your
I'm just hanging out
attention?
with some other nerds. We're okay.
So what?
Yeah, you have.
Where are you? First of all, let's ask that. Can we ask that actually?
What?
Where are you? Can we ask that, or is that confidential?
I am at a conference.
Sounds exciting. So like a computer conference?
Yeah. A nerd conference. Put it that way.
Nerd conference.
What are you?
Nerd conference.
What are you conferencing about?
Technology.
Okay. So it's just an excuse to get together and drink beer.
I will neither confirm nor deny that alcohol is being drank.
So yes. Well,
You can infer that however you want.
Yeah, I think we know the answer.
yeah, pretty much know the answer. So, so are you gonna hang out on the line, or do you want to stay the whole time? How do you want to do this? Because it sounds
I
like
can hang. I'm catching a bus at 5:45 to go to a party, but I'm good until then.
All right. I guess we'll jump into it.
I'm sitting off on a corner of the lobby of the hotel, and you guys have my dedicated attention.
oh, how
Wow.
about that? Well, thank you.
He seems a lot more polite than normal.
I know he must be drunk.
No, I'll cuss at you eventually. Just give me time.
Well, I assumed that would happen. So, what's new? Anything new, or well, wait. First, let me just let everyone know to find.
We got more music to play or something.
I don't have any more
We
music.
got more theme music or something.
I just wanted to say that everyone should come see us every Wednesday live on YouTube, and go to beer30.tv to find out where you can find us on iTunes and Google Play and all that fun stuff. Okay.
You can't see me right now though, so
Can't see you. Yeah, I don't have a Hangouts window open or anything. I could do that,
That's fine.
but I assumed your data may. Well, it'd probably be all that weird.
Pixelated.
Yeah.
All
yeah,
right.
it could be. Yeah, don't worry about it. It's fine.
All right. So I guess moving on. What have we been up to, Greg?
We went to in St. Louis in the Delmar U City Loop area. That's like the hip. It's always been since we were teenagers.
Yeah,
It's
hip
been,
and trendy.
Been the trendy place. They usually have some cool restaurants and stuff. And the cool music store and all that. They have a new venue there called Delmar Hall, and we went and saw a show by Pennywise.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was our first time there. I think it had only been open for about a week and a half, and it's right next to the pageant. And for those not familiar with the pageant, it's pretty much like I would call it kind of the premier music venue. Well, I guess it was, but they got a new one. The Peabody is more like upscale now. But as far as concerts that come through St. Louis, indoor concerts, smaller venue.
Its seats seats or holds, whatever you want to say. There's really no seats. It holds about 600 people at this new place.
Oh,
Delmar Hall.
but the other one seats a couple thousand, right? The
yeah, I
pageant.
think so.
So this is even a smaller venue that's right next to it. That's 600 is its maximum capacity, and it's a really neat. I really thought it was a pretty cool location. It's really nice and clean and fresh. And
it
all
was
that.
it was the first. It was the first month.
I can't imagine that they would let it get trashed or anything like that, though. I mean, we were talking about all the concert venues that we went to whenever we were, I guess, like in our teens and early 20s. Those places downtown St. Louis, and they were just dumps. They were all like,
Oh yeah.
I mean, just black painted.
It was
plywood walls.
It was basically a room that they had a stage and some electric, so they could hook up speakers.
Yeah.
It wasn't that great.
So this was fancy. It had a great big huge bar with like, oh god, it was crazy the amount of alcohol, different drinks and mixed drinks and stuff that they had.
So Bauman, guess how much we paid for? We each got a citywide. So it's what is a citywide?
16 ounce.
16-ounce beer.
IPA. Yeah. Tall boy.
Yeah, it's a bigger than your 12-ounce. But guess how much we
Right.
paid for one of those?
$8.
Pretty close.
Yeah, you're pretty
Wow.
close.
$7.50.
$7.50. And
Wow.
you can probably buy the 4-pack for $7.50.
Yeah, and it came in
Yeah,
a
probably
can.
closer to 9. But yeah.
They poured it right out of the can and into a plastic cup.
But that
Wow.
was the only one we could have because we drank that, went and hung out, watched the bands, or because the bar area is in one place, and then the event, like where the artist performs and where the audience sits or stands, I should say, is in kind of different rooms.
Yeah, it's kind of separated by a wall.
Yeah, but
Huh. That's weird.
it kind of made sense because if someone's like not into this particular band, they could just sit in the bar or whatever, but they could come out for the headliner. But it got so crowded at that bar that I waited in line like 15 minutes and the line didn't move, and I'm like, well, screw this. I guess I'm not drinking. It was kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, hopefully they'll fix that. I mean, that's because I don't even think that was a sold-out show. And with it being such a small crowd, I mean, obviously everybody there was over 21, but with it being such a small crowd, it was just surprising that they couldn't keep up with. I don't know if they didn't have enough bartenders, but a huge bar. I mean, it's the entire width of the building, and it's just a big, long rectangle.
I just think they don't have enough people.
Yeah, it was understaffed probably, and they'll get there though. It was like the first week that they were open. That was cool.
So I see you went on a winery excursion.
Not really a winery, more like a brewery excursion. So we went. We were down in Potosi, which is about about 30 or 40 miles south of here. So about an hour and a half or so south of St. Louis. And we were down there for a cross-country meet, and we left afterwards. Just right outside of Potosi, there is a winery, Edg-Clif, and if you're looking at Greg, if you look at the show notes, it's EDGCLIF. I don't know why they dropped the last letter of both. I didn't get a chance to ask them.
Because it's cool,
Yeah, they dropped the last.
Yeah, they follow me on Instagram.
Oh yeah. So they were.
Yeah.
They follow you on Instagram?
Yeah.
Because you're that cool.
Yeah.
Apparently.
I've never even heard of this brewery, to be honest with you.
So they started out as a winery,
Yep.
and I think they've had wine since 2012. It's kind of a neat story. And Lori and I had been there a while back, not to the winery, but next door. There used to be a bison ranch down there, and we went there for a field trip. And all this land was kind of divided up. It was all pasture land. So the lady was kind of telling us a story that this pasture, I guess, had sat idle for a little while. But they came in and they bought this land, and then they grew grapes on it. And they took off so quickly because I guess the soil was so nutrient rich from it being just, cattle cattle land for so long that
All the manure.
Yeah, the vines took off, and they were able to have enough to start. I mean, their vines grew well enough within 4 years that they had enough to start producing wine, and that's like
Wow.
yeah, that's supposed to be. I guess that's really really fast comparatively.
Yeah, it's supposed to. Normally, that takes, I think, 7 years to get
Yeah,
any real measurable fruit.
I thought it was like 7 to 10 years for grapes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
So within the past couple of years, they kind of started doing some brewing also, and they had that's what we went there for. We didn't try any of the wine. So a little bit of history on that is that they, I guess they kind of just got interested in wanting to do some craft brewing, and they got a guy who had done some brewing at some. It just says some of the other more popular craft breweries. I don't know what that means exactly, but reading off their website, he's worked in the industry for 20 years. But they had, I think, 5 or 6 brews on tap, and all we did was we did a tasting of each, and we started on the light end and worked our way to the darkest.
Oh, so they only had 5. Because I'm seeing the list here on their site. If you didn't hear us earlier, Edg-Clif, EDGCLIF.
Yep, edgecliff.com.
They had like 15 beers, and some of them actually sound pretty interesting. Which ones did you try?
We had, so I think they have their cream ale. I think that's what they're kind of known for. She said that that's like the popular selection among like the locals down that way. They had the oatmeal cream stout, and they had the hazelnut brown ale, which is the one that was probably my favorite. And that tasted really really good. I don't know if you've ever had a hazelnut.
Yeah.
You've had a hazelnut brown or.
Well, no, just I know it. I've had hazelnut.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So I thought that Lori at first said this has a chocolatey taste to it, and it reminded me. I don't know if you guys are familiar with this, but it reminded me a little bit of Nutella.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It had kind of that chocolatey almost. I don't know how to explain it, but I guess that's kind of the flavor of hazelnut. But that was really good. But yeah, it was a really beautiful setting. It was they have all the vineyards there. They were actually getting set up for a wedding that day, and then the lady, it's a couple, and one of the ladies, the wife's, I guess, sister, who have founded this place, and one of the ladies is a horticulturalist. So they're like the grounds are just, it's awesome. Like the amount of like flowers and things like that. It's like going to the botanical garden. I mean, it was so beautiful there. It's more impressive than, as far as that setting is concerned than what you would normally find.
Huh. Sounds pretty cool. I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, I would recommend it.
Like, I'm definitely seeing. I mean, I see. You said a hazelnut. That sounded interesting. They have a pecan beer, a peppered ale, a sweet potato stout. I mean, there's a few here that sound a little different than I haven't really heard of. So that sounds pretty cool.
So then we left there and we went over to Deslodgetown, which is in Desloge, Missouri, and it's, I guess, a little bit north of Farmington.
And that guy that's another. Is that the winery where the brewery is?
There is a winery there. They put the brewery on the the winery grounds. The winery was St. Francis Winery.
I'm buzzed.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, I'm talking to somebody else. Sorry.
I forgot you're on the phone.
I'm on a podcast right now.
Where's the dump button?
Yeah, sorry. Go ahead, guys.
So,
Go ahead, continue.
So
no, that's all right. Go ahead, Josh. Continue your story.
Deslodgetown is really cool. I went there once last year. We met the guy, the brewer, Greg, at a what do you call it, Brew Fest last year, locally here in Festus, and I would consider Deslodgetown to be like a nano brewery. It's like smaller than a microbrewery because all he did was this winery was there, and he started as a home brewer, and he evolved into, like a lot of people said, his beer was really good and he got a lot of compliments on it. It just kind of evolved, and he wanted to expand on it. So I guess he was already friends with the guy who owned the winery, and they had this little garage there that was actually used for like all of the, I think it housed a lot of like the winery equipment and just maintenance type stuff for the grounds. And they converted this garage into a brewery, and it's only like, it's small, like 20 by 20 or something.
Like a one-car garage,
like probably like
garage?
two-car garage size. It's detached from the rest of the building.
Right, but it's that size.
Yeah, like a two-car garage size. He's got like patio table sets out front. It's got 3 like all glass garage doors that can roll up and look out over this patio. But he's got like 5 or 6 beers on tap at all times, and he's got a variety of different beers that he brews, and he has them on hand, and he just changes them out. So it's just like any, I guess.
Well, and I think
go ahead.
From following him on Instagram, they look like they like if there's a Cardinals game on or a Blues game on or something, they'll show it on their TVs there, and they have a pretty good like social hour type environment. It looks like a pretty cool place.
Yeah, it was weird on Saturday when we were there. It was only like around 2 in the afternoon, but there was nobody else there. We showed up, and he's like kicked back in one of the chairs watching. I don't know. He was watching one of the playoff games, on one of the baseball playoff games, and his wife was there, and they were both sitting there, and she's like, "What can I get you?" And we started out with a flight, and we were just talking to him, and it just felt like we were hanging out in his living room, just shooting a breeze. We were talking about like Blues hockey and the playoffs, Cardinal baseball and stuff, and nobody else showed up the entire time. And he's like, "Well, you're like our only customers for the day." And he's like, we're kind of surprised.
Wow.
Yeah, he was shocked because Friday was really busy, and then we saw pictures from Sunday, which was really busy. But Saturday, we had the place to ourselves. It was really weird.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
But we got to check that out as a group sometime. It's pretty neat. It's a lot different atmosphere. It's not like your traditional craft brewery where it's larger, like Main and Mill here locally. It's not a restaurant. It doesn't have tons of seating and bar space and things like that. It's just a guy's garage pretty much, but it's nice. It's neat.
Huh. That sounds pretty cool. So,
Did I tell you guys?
what's up?
Did I tell you guys I ordered a Pixel phone?
No?
Google's new phone.
You did say that to me, but you haven't said that on the
show.
podcast.
Yeah. So I'm waiting for it to be shipped. So I'll have a Google Pixel phone showing up here in a couple weeks.
So you ordered it right on launch day, or like when they announced it?
Yeah, launch day. So what I also get with the phone is a free Google Dream VR headset too.
Oh, okay. That's the virtual reality mask thing that.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
all made out of cloth, so it's
Right.
It's comfy. Now, you're not one of the. I thought you got sick from those things.
No.
You don't.
I've had a cardboard for about a year or so.
Oh, okay. I know Molly, my fiance, as I always have to say.
Thank you for saying that.
Yeah. She, at Six Flags, they have one of those where you put on a mask when you're on one of the roller coasters, and it's like you're in a fighter jet and you shoot everything. She freaked out on that, where she's like, I do not like this. I do not like this. Take this mask off. So, yeah.
Wow.
Some people can't.
Does she get car sick normally?
No, I think it's a different experience when you don't really have peripherals. I mean, you could look to the side and see stuff, but you can't see anything out the corner of your eyes. So it's always kind of different when you look through those. Sorry about that noise there. Oh,
I didn't hear anything.
Yeah, you didn't hear it. Apparently, my computer's going to restart here soon. Hopefully not in the middle of this show.
Oh, great. Technical difficulties.
Yeah, you'll just start over.
Well,
Take 2.
Shut up. It says outside of an active hour. That's different.
So speaking of Molly and being Greg's fiance, so Greg's got a couple wedding updates, Josh.
I have a
Oh,
couple.
does he?
Oh,
I think he has a couple.
I don't have it where you could hear the music, but here's some music.
That music's awesome.
It's playing.
You can't even hear it. It's called Wedding Invitation. Okay,
It
anyway.
was beautiful.
Yeah, that was my intro.
I'm imagining the music. It's beautiful, Greg.
All right. Do you know where? Well, you know where Lime and Baumgartner are.
Yeah.
There's that tequilas, and there's
Yeah.
a Euro place. There's a new bakery that opened there, and I don't remember the name of it right at this moment, but we're going there to do a cake tasting to see. We looked at some of her cakes and what she makes, and I didn't mean to rhyme that, but she makes a lot of really nice stuff, and we're gonna try out some stuff tomorrow. We have an appointment to taste a bunch of cakes. So
Cool.
I said announcements. I thought you also told me that you were going to be doing some pictures.
oh yeah, that's next. Is that Tuesday? Oh, so it would be before the show.
Yeah, it's coming up.
Yeah, we're gonna be doing picture. Actually, wait a minute. 17th.
Are we? Are Josh and I invited to this?
Yeah. Please come and photobomb us and all that.
Okay.
It's going to be pictures for the show, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It's our headshots, right?
We're gonna go. Okay, enough of this wedding shit. Let's do a couple of stills for the podcast team.
Hey, take the professional photography where we can get it. I
Yeah.
mean, it's like a 2-for-1 special.
Yeah.
Buy one,
Right.
get one free.
Exactly. So we're gonna take some pictures. There's a Molly would be able to give you all the information. There's a park in Sunset Hills that,
Apparently, I'm able to give some information
sure
too
there's
and
some-
remind him of his upcoming obligations.
What?
I'm sure she's sending you a chat message right now.
No,
Oh.
she's actually upstairs making chili, so we're good.
Oh,
We're good.
like a good fiance making dinner.
Well,
And she invited me for dinner.
like a very nice fiance.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, Mike keeps saying a cake house. Oh, the cake house is what Molly says.
She is watching.
She is watching,
no.
apparently.
Greg's in trouble.
And Mike asks if he can come. And, no. Watson Trails is the park.
Watson
That's
Trails.
horrible. He's our loyal listener, and you're telling him no, he
I
can't
know.
come and have his picture taken.
Yeah, come on. Aren't you in New Mexico? Right?
Yeah, he is.
So, yeah, come on.
I'm sure he'd fly in.
Come on, fly in for next week. So you're welcome to join us.
We could have him in studio. I think that'd be a great idea.
All right.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Come
All
on in,
right.
Mike.
Come on in, Mike.
Next week.
Loyal listener.
Next
Next
Wednesday.
week. Hopefully you can make it.
Your pictures aren't on Wednesday, right?
No.
Oh,
No.
Thank
we
goodness.
made
No, he
sure
said
that-
Tuesday.
yeah.
That's on Tuesday, yeah. Had to make sure that.
Yeah.
So,
You guys want to-
I think that is all of the wedding updates.
Yeah.
So let's.
Is there a closing music as well?
I don't know if I. Well, I could continue playing this.
Hey, do we have any food tonight?
Hey, we do have food. And you know what food means? Another theme song.
I love that I can't hear this crap.
Quiet.
Okay, so do I even have the food near? Oh, I do.
Yeah.
So
He picked up something special today.
it's not special. So I was hoping most
surprise for
of
me.
October we can do more like Halloween type stuff. Like last week we did candy corns with the delicious taste.
That was great.
This week Well, we have two things actually. Bowen missed out.
Yeah, you did, Josh. You missed.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
So
Greg and Molly worked together. Sorry to keep cutting you off, Greg. They worked together to make these Halloween cookies, and they are really, really good. They are, let's see, there's pumpkins and cats and ghosts, and the decorating on
tombstones
them is phenomenal, and Greg gives all the credit to Molly.
Yeah, Molly.
Sure, the night I'm not there, you guys have cookies.
Well, yeah, and so the pretzel. We have eaten a lot of pretzels on the show, haven't we?
Yeah, we have.
And
Yeah.
I think we need to stop saying the actual name of the pretzels until they sponsor us.
Oh, okay.
We'll just say this pretzel.
That could be a while.
Because we're giving them free advertising to free
Yeah,
people.
this pretzel company
Oh.
starts with an S.
And ends in a Snyder's.
Yeah. So these are fudge brownie pretzels, and
Wow.
they
Ooh, that
sound
sounds good.
yeah.
Oh,
my-
hey, look, you sent someone here to the hotel to bring me a taste test of them.
Nice, yeah. So how are they?
yeah. How are they?
Man, they're like Little Debbie's.
Really?
So
Yeah, like that last. Remember that last? What were they? The Snickers brownies? Yeah, it tastes a lot like that.
the inside is like a chocolate filling. They're like little pretzel sandwiches.
Damn, these are good. Thick and rich fudge
Maybe he
brownie filling.
Maybe he gave me the wrong one.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. Have another beer or drink or whatever you're having. Oh yeah, you can't.
We
drink.
went to the. We took a field trip to move to a distillery, and I had some apple pie moonshine mixed with cream soda,
Lightning.
and it was mighty tasty.
Wow. I'm not much for the the real hot, or what do you call it?
Yeah, this isn't. Yeah, no,
The
this isn't like
lightning
that.
moonshine, the real, however 1,000 proof or whatever. But the flavors are always really good.
Yeah,
But apple
really
pie
good.
with cream soda. These, yeah, I mean, it tastes exactly like what it is. It's a brownie with a pretzel in between. Or wait, a pretzel with a brownie in between.
Yep. Two pretzels, brownie in the middle.
Yeah. So there you go. Let's
Yeah.
play some music again. No, I'm just kidding. So we also have a beer that may or may not be cold. And let me see.
Oh, he's leaving the set. So
Studio.
He's in the freezer now. And he's pulled
That's
out.
nice. He got that walk-in freezer, man. That made all the difference.
It does help. So when I was in Florida a few weeks ago, I brought back a bunch of beer, obviously, and I got this one from Sweetwater. It's called Going Coastal. It's an IPA with pineapple.
So before the show, Josh, he said, "I'm gonna get this beer. We're gonna try this beer because, Josh isn't here.
Josh
this week.
isn't here.
Yeah,
Right.
Because it's an IPA and it's pineapple, and he figured you wouldn't like it.
You don't like IPAs so much, so...
Yeah, not really. It'd probably make me go to the bathroom.
Well, and... Yeah, okay. That's exactly what I was going to say.
I thought it was the dark beers that had that effect on you.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
is more
no,
of a lighter beer.
Yeah, I've been drinking lighter beers, and I've been okay.
Well, that's good.
So what's your go-to lighter beer?
Well, down here it's been Bud Light because it's, vendor events and stuff. That's all. They don't have much good beer, but I don't know. I drink a lot of vodka too.
Greg just dry heaved a little bit.
Well, you
I mean, you drink
free
you
beer.
drink what you
it's
can
fr-
get.
Is it free
Yeah,
beer?
right.
So yeah,
Yeah,
free beer is always good.
Hey, speaking of,
I'm not buying Bud Light.
real quick, when I showed up at Deslodgetown, Greg, the brewer, he was sitting there, as I said, he was watching, baseball game, whatever. Guess what he was drinking? Well, this is the brewer of, we showed up to his brewery. Guess what he's drinking?
Well, now that you said
Bud Light.
Bush,
yeah. And he's like,
Wow.
Oh, and speaking of that, I got a funny story that he told me that I had never heard before. He said that when Augie Bush bought the Cardinals and he was building the stadium, he wanted the naming rights. He wanted to call it Budweiser Stadium. Have you guys ever heard the story before?
no, I didn't.
No.
He wanted to call the stadium Budweiser Stadium, and Major League Baseball said, no, you can't do that. You can't name a stadium after beer. It's a bad image. So this is like in 1965 or 66. And so he said, okay, well, I'm going to name it Busch Stadium, basically after his last name.
Yeah.
And it wasn't 2 years later that Busch Beer came out. So it's
Oh,
kind
wow,
of
that's
really?
funny.
kind of a snub at Major League Baseball that, can't tell
But-
me what to do.
So there's Miller. I guess that's changed.
Yeah, it's
since then.
changed now. Yeah, I guess that's kind of how it started way back when. So anyway, back to this beer.
So I don't know. Am I smelling
said it.
pineapple or is it just?
No, I get no aroma of pineapple whatsoever. It smells like like dish soap. I don't know.
Oh, I cleaned these very thoroughly.
I don't know. I don't pick up a whole lot of aroma at all off this thing. And I took a sip, and it doesn't taste like pineapple either.
Yeah,
Wow, it just tastes like an ale, like a pale ale.
yeah. It's pretty much what it is. It's not much of anything.
We've had some Sweetwaters in the past. I'm trying to remember if we liked them or not.
I don't think we've ever had one that we've been.
think we cared for.
Yeah, they have like the 420 and the blue.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's just okay.
yeah, nothing special. I don't taste pineapple at all.
Now, Sweetwater, is that the one that was bought by AB or was it Terrapin?
That was Terrapin.
Terrapin was bought by, I thought, Miller. I didn't think that it was AB.
Oh, Miller.
I could be wrong.
But isn't Miller owned by AB now?
Right. It all
Well,
goes
yeah,
back.
good point. Yeah, good point.
Well, and then AB is owned by InBev. So
So whenever we were home brewers, we attempted to.
we still are. We just aren't practicing
Oh.
home brewers.
we
We're
attempted
taking
to.
a sabbatical.
Yeah.
Right.
We attempted a pineapple pale ale.
That turned out pretty
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, at first. We used real how much
Yeah,
was it?
I was going to say, wasn't that one of the ones that went sour?
I don't know if that one
yeah,
did.
it got kind of funky after.
I didn't
couple
think
of
that
months.
one did. I thought it was the it was all the other fruit ones because this one was a can. We used a canned pineapple, and I think it had some preservatives in there to keep it
Yeah.
fresh, and I think that kind of prevented it from going sour. Because we got one of those big old 5-gallon from Sam's of pineapple to put in.
Yeah. I don't know. I
And,
thought I remember like after. I mean, it might have been a while, but 6 months or so, and it was like kind of undrinkable. It had gotten so sour and tart.
It's still drinkable today. This
Really?
day, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
And we're drinking it right now.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it kind of seems like it, doesn't it?
Hey, I've got a lookalike sighting down here. There's a guy at this conference that looks like Jeff Fisher, the Rams head coach.
Oh yeah, is it Jeff Fisher?
Yeah.
A doppelganger.
No, it's not Jeff Fisher.
He wouldn't
Yeah, it's
set
his
foot in
doppelganger.
this
Man. He
town.
looks. No, well, we're not. I'm not in St. Louis right now, but yeah, no, it's not Jeff Fisher.
He's got the mullet
But it
going.
looks, no, but it's his face. It
Oh,
looks
okay.
just like him. It's crazy.
So I noticed that those Nike mags came out.
Oh, I got a theme song.
Yeah.
No,
Really?
I'm just kidding.
Oh, okay. So
Did you enter the drawing, Greg?
I did not. I didn't enter.
So they produced. I think I heard like 85 of them or something like that. It was
Only 85.
Yeah, for the first run.
Well, I thought, is it an auction or?
Yeah, it's
I thought it was a drawing. I
a
heard
dr-
it was a drawing.
yeah, it's a drawing. It's $10 to enter. So, I mean,
and
it's
it all
not-
goes towards the Michael Fox
Right.
Foundation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there was there's some people on YouTube that got a pair to show, and I watched a guy. I watched a video yesterday of a guy putting them on, and the way that they self-lace up. He said they're relatively light too. There's motors in the back, and then there's the lights that indicate like the battery level.
So
And
these are a shoe you have to charge.
yeah, you have to charge them. He said it's basically like a phone charger. Sticks in.
That's just
Wow.
weird.
Yeah,
So,
and they only
We got
last
to-
like a day or so.
but to be honest, you could probably, when you go to plug in your shoes, or when you go to put your shoes on, if they're not already charged, you could
Yeah, but
just plug them in.
but
How often do you have to
Why could-
retighten your shoe, relace your shoes?
Well, it's the lights and everything that are on them. I mean, I think he said you can turn
they
them off.
build in some Why couldn't they build in some actuator or something that when you took a step, it pushed an actuator that like generated a tiny bit of electricity that charged the battery, like a self-charging device, like brakes on a Prius. They could do that.
We got an engineer on our
Yeah,
hands
that
here.
would work. That would probably. I would assume at this point in time, it's probably all about size, because I don't know if they
You
can
could
make.
fit that in the hole.
You think you'd fit that?
I don't know. He
Oh yeah, it wouldn't.
Well, like those crank radios, all it takes is cranking. So why couldn't a step do
Right.
do some energy?
Right.
I was going to ask you guys though. So
I should
obviously,
I should patent that.
yeah, yeah. Too late now. You know how many people listen to this show?
Yeah,
Yeah.
someone
sure.
already bought the domain
Nike.
name.
I was going to
Yeah.
ask you guys. So this is obviously the shoe that's from Back to the Future that Marty McFly put on in Back to the Future 2 in the future. But why is it called Nike Mags? MAG. Do you know? It was.
Well,
No,
they actually made this. I thought they made these a couple years ago, and they were a lot bigger.
Yeah, they did.
And they didn't really do the self-lacing, but they looked like them.
Yeah.
And apparently Nike is
didn't Kanye?
what? Kanye, yeah.
Didn't Kanye? Yeah, Kanye had something to do with that.
Yeah, I don't remember what his actual involvement was. I'm sure he bought a pair, you know.
Well,
Maybe that's what it was. Yeah.
on the video I was watching yesterday, it showed it was actually like a demo. He was putting the shoes on and then lacing them, and in the movie they lace like instantly. It's like a really quick tightening, but in
Right.
the real
Yeah.
shoes now it's really slow, and it just like slowly tightens around your
Because
foot.
you don't want to chop your foot off, you know.
Do you really think?
Yeah.
Because you don't want it to go zoom, you know, and like holy crap, that hurts. you know. It's kind of a
Yeah,
pressure
I'm
thing.
sure that was purely. Yeah, that was purely insurance reasons. I bet you.
It's
Well,
a safety thing.
The and then I think on the inside of the shoe there's like like a manual tightening and loosening. He said it didn't tighten around his foot every time. Like it wasn't always consistent with how it tightened.
Really?
Ooh,
Yeah.
Nike, come on.
So yeah, there's a mechanism on the inside where you can kind of like the old Reebok pumps. Remember those?
Oh yeah, you had
Yeah.
to manually pump them.
Yeah.
But okay, my understanding, there's kind of like it's their Nike Fit or whatever, and they have an app that goes with it too.
With the shoe?
Maybe it's not the mags, because they have Nike has another self-lacing one. The mags are a little bigger, aren't they?
The mags are the one from Back to
Yeah,
the
the
Future.
big, but they do have a self-lacing shoe that's more of a running shoe.
Oh yeah, no, I don't know
That's
about
kind
that.
of the same idea, but it's got that Nike. Was that Nike Plus? Do you know what it is, Bauman? They used to have
No,
Anyway,
I'm not a sneaker person.
You're not a sneaker. You're more of a loafer. Man, I've seen you wear shoes until your foot's hanging out the toe part.
Oh, whatever.
Yeah.
Shut up. No.
and and the sole is hanging off. I remember you wearing a pair at work. The rubber sole was just hanging and flapping.
It was split it was split in half. Yes, I do. Yes, I will
And
admit
you're
that.
I think it's time for new shoes.
These are my work shoes.
Yeah.
And I got new shoes. I get new shoes probably once every 5 years.
Holy
all I'm allowed.
crap. Oh, man.
Well, work shoes for me, they
you don't seem like the frugal type.
So he doesn't wear
It's
this.
not like I work on a construction zone or anything.
And you usually take your shoes off when you get to your desk anyway.
Well, sure, they go up. I kick my heels up on my desk. Why not?
Yeah, what the heck?
Yeah.
Well, this Sweetwater Going Coastal IPA with pineapple is a disappointment. It's not
Hey
pineapple.
guys, I gotta jump. I gotta drop off. It's been nice. I'll see you back in person next week.
Oh, and we were just getting to the TV segment. I know you had a lot to add.
Oh yeah, TV real quick. Watch. I'm still hooked on what's that show? Not Survivor.
Designated Survivor.
I'm still hooked on.
My
I'm
dad,
still
who's
hooked on that.
73, loves that show.
It's great. Big Bang still has me. This week's episode was pretty damn funny. Trying to think what else we've been watching. That's about it. Modern Family. About it.
All right.
You got
All
anything
right.
yet, Greg?
I watched a show on Hulu
Music
called...
for TV, do we?
Huh?
We don't have theme music for TV, do we?
We do. Oh, hold on.
We're already like a third of the way through it, though.
Oh, well, there was a bunch of... Okay, never mind. We won't play the theme music. But I did have...
All right.
You have to go? Okay, he's not answering.
I think you went.
Did he go?
No, I'm here.
Oh.
No, I'm here.
No, I was going to say I saw a show on Hulu, actually, called Freakish. It was just released, I guess, last Friday. All the episodes are up right away. And it's kind of a zombie-like show. But to be honest, it's really crappy. And I found out it's all Vine stars that are starring in this show. So I guess they're not good at anything that's over 7 seconds. That's kind of their limit.
Right.
Right.
But it's a very generic show. It looks like we probably could have produced this ourselves because it's like a chemical plant. It explodes, and all the kids are in the school. There's, you have the people there for detention, the band geeks, the cheerleaders. They're all in one place on a Saturday because who else would be there? And, all of a sudden, because of the chemicals and stuff, they don't call them zombies, they call them freaks, So there you go. It's got all the tropes of your bad horror movies. So.
All right, well, I'm going to drop.
Okay.
See you guys next week.
Well, you
See ya.
have
Bye.
a wonderful time. See ya.
All right, bye.
All right, now that Bauman's gone, we can talk bad about him.
Yeah, we can say all those mean things we usually say to his face.
Yeah. Actually, gosh, I can't talk. Actually, I did see a movie this week too. I saw Magnificent Seven. I know it's been out a few weeks or whatever. Got Denzel Washington and Chris Pratt and some other people that make up the other seven.
Is that like a Western type theme or something?
It's a Western, but it's a remake. So
yeah,
they had a movie back. I think it was in the 60s.
Oh, really?
Maybe even 50s. I don't
Okay.
know. My dad's like,
I'll look it up.
I remember that movie. So anyway, my dad asked me, Jeff and Logan were going to a movie. They're like, hey, you want to come along to a movie? I'm like, oh, all right. And it was actually a really good movie. I cannot remember the original. I know my dad probably showed me that movie a billion times when I was a kid, but I do not remember it. So but this new one, very good. I do recommend it. It's a lot of fun, Western. It's basically, a town is being overrun by some cruel guy mining for gold, and he's causing a ruckus in this town, and one of the people, they go and find this, the Jamie Foxx character, say, hey, we need someone to help us, we'll pay you anything, and then he gets a team of people together to help get rid of this bad guy. It also, that's the same thing that happened in the Three Amigos.
Really? Similar storyline.
Similar storyline, actually.
I just looked up the original came out in 1960. It looks like it had Yul Brynner,
okay.
Steve McQueen. Now
Okay.
Steve McQueen. Who was he? Was he the one that died really young, or who am I thinking? Oh no, I'm thinking of James Dean. That's not accurate. Steve McQueen. That name sounds familiar, but I can't think of who he is.
You're thinking of Lightning McQueen.
Lightning McQueen. Yeah, of course.
That's where his name comes from, I'm sure.
Charles Bronson, and then the other guys in there I don't know, or I don't recognize their names. But so yeah, 1960 was the original.
And that was actually a remake of a Japanese movie called Seven Samurai.
The original? Oh
Yes.
my gosh. Well, speaking of movies, one movie that I saw, and this has been out for over a year, was the remake, The Vacation remake.
Well, is that a remake or kind of a reboot?
Yeah, I
because
guess
he's
it's-
Rusty in that movie, right?
Yeah, not a remake. I guess it's I don't know. What do you call that? Have you seen it?
I guess I have not seen it.
Oh, you haven't?
No.
Oh.
It's kind of like a sequel, maybe?
I guess.
Loosely based on...
There was one part in there where the kid, like his son, they were talking about. He's like, "We're gonna go to Wally World," and he was talking about how he went there as a kid, and he's like, "Aren't we just doing the same thing? Like it's just the same thing over again?" And he's like, "No, this is gonna stand alone on its own. It's gonna be its own independent trip to Wally World." But it was really cheesy. It had a lot of really stupid, vulgar humor in it. The kids, like his two kids, so it's Rusty is the main character, and I forget
It's Ed Helms and
Yeah.
Christina Aguilera. No,
Applegate. That would have been a good movie.
Christina Aguilera.
Yeah, no, Christina Applegate. And I mean, the kids were really annoying. Like they just, I don't know. But the parents were funny. There was what's his name? Thor.
Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah, he's in it. He is the what's Rusty's sister's name?
Audrey.
Audrey. Yeah, they go visit her, and Chris Hemsworth is her husband.
Oh, okay.
And I don't know if you ever saw the scene. I probably saw it on like I remember seeing part of it on like probably the red trailer or whatever it's called, where it's like the R-rated trailer, where he comes into the bedroom and he's talking to them, and he's got all he's got on is like a pair of underwear. And he's like buff, he's like super, just in
It's
fantastic.
Thor.
Yeah, he's in amazing shape. But the whole time, it like you can see the outline of his package, and it's like huge. But so that was funny, and then let's see, what else was I gonna say about that? You want me to drink some more of that crappy beer, huh? But yeah, it was good. At the very end of it, Chevy Chase and what is his name? What's the?
Oh, you just knocked it right out of my head.
Gosh, I want to say Barbara Billingsley, but that's not right.
It's Leave It to Beaver.
Well, they make like a cameo, I guess you call it, at the very end of it, and oh my God, they both look like they have not aged well. First of all, Chevy Chase has gained he looks like a fat guy who ate Chevy Chase.
Beverly D'Angelo.
Yeah, there you go. So Chevy Chase is like so huge.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
And wasn't he like on Parks and Recreation or something? What was he on?
He was on Community. And
okay.
Apparently, he was a pain in the ass to work with.
Was that a while ago or?
Few years ago.
I never saw that show, but was he huge in that show?
I mean, he was definitely older.
Yeah.
I mean, it almost looks to me now. He almost has that. Maybe he has something. Remember
Yeah.
Jerry Lewis? How his
Yeah,
head was
yeah,
really big.
yeah.
He was on that medication.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. It was weird. It was almost like whenever he talked, like his mouth didn't close. He was huge, and it was only like a few lines. And
If you watch that first Vacation, he's like
oh
rail
yeah,
thin. you
yeah,
know?
I know. It's so hard to
I
like.
mean, he is probably in his 20s in that movie, though.
No, he's probably older than that.
You
I don't
think?
know, but yeah, he's got to be in his 70s now. And then Beverly D'Angelo, she's had like more plastic surgery
yeah.
than I don't know.
She was on Entourage.
Her face is like, I mean, it's like she's got a permanent like smile.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's pulled back.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's worth checking out. It was funny. It had some really clever scenes in it, and
Definitely a rental, not a...
oh yeah. I mean, I watched it on. Where did we see that? I think it's on.
Is it on Netflix?
I think it's on Netflix. Yeah.
Well, we have another Netflix movie, and you got to watch it next week. I actually watched this thinking we would talk about it this week.
I'm so disappointed I didn't.
So hope maybe we get Bauman to watch it too.
Yeah.
I'd like to do a couple of these just for the Halloween season. So it's called Zombievers, and I'm not going to say anything because I'm not going to say anything. That's just why. Okay.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, I won't say anything because what'd you get? 10 minutes in, and you had to.
I saw how there was an accident on the road, and the guys who were transporting this toxic waste or whatever.
That's the first 5 minutes of
yeah,
the movie. Yeah,
and it fell off the back of the truck and it went down.
yeah.
And then I saw where the toxic waste like was floating down the stream, and it ended up it landed at this beaver dam, and these two like totally like fake looking beavers were like sitting on top of this dam, like looking at the toxic waste and then looking at each other, and it was so cheesy.
Well, let me just say the beavers don't get any more realistic. So
That's sad.
Yeah. Well, hey, we're probably at a good stopping point. We're
Yeah.
out of show. Bauman's gone. He's off in the
Yeah.
wild drinking,
Having fun.
having nerd conferences and all that. And we're here. But let me pull up the thing. Join us every Wednesday at 5. We're here live. Live at 5. Hey, that's a good one we should say.
Live at 5. Yeah.
Live at 5.
Live at 5.
On Wednesday. If only Wednesday had an IVE sound. So come here, youtube.com/beer30tv, and you will find us live.
Check us out at beer30tv.com.
Beer30
beer30.tv.
beer30.tv.
Sorry.
That's a site. And find Stuck in Beta on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, all those fun places. Usually I get those up the next day. It may take a little longer. Depending on what I'm doing on Wednesday night. But I guess we're done. So we'll see you until next time.
Peace.
Peace out.
Oh,